So in a world of trends and curiosity, we're here to keep you updated with the best and latest gist. From politics to entertainment to sport and lifestyle, we've got you covered. I'm your host, and with me we have my beautiful co-host, Esther. And also joining us for the news headlines, we have Daniel.
Tomorrow, 16th of June, is a special day where we celebrate every father out there, and most importantly, every African child. And to commemorate this special day, we'll be having David Oletu join us later to discuss the perception surrounding the African child. Trust me, you won't want to miss this for anything. So, as usual, let's hop on our top headlines for the week.
Starts off with everyone on their toes as the NLC 5-day rest from strike comes to an end. But luckily for Nigerians, they don't see a continuation to the strike. Still on the rift between the NLC and the federal government, President Tinubu says his government will only approve an affordable minimum wage. Also on the minimum wage discourse, the government of Anambra State, Charles Soludo, supports Reverend Father Mbaka, insisting the governor should earn minimum wage. Still on politics today, the federal government has warned that there might be a massive downsizing in jobs if Labour's demand is granted. Still trending on the internet is also the fall of Mr. President. We're going to look into that in a short while. And while it has got everyone talking, including Labour Party presidential candidate Mr. Peter Obi. On entertainment news this week, popular singer Portable calls out Zlatan on one of his live streams. On sport, Nigeria loses to Benin in the World Cup qualifier match. Also on entertainment this week, we have the saga of the popular Auntie Ramota and the BBL surgery. Also on entertainment, Davido and Chioma set to tie the knot officially. Regarding this NLC's 5-day rest from strike, What's it all about?
No, actually, they've been about this minimum wage thing for a while. The increment of minimum wage from 30,000, so 30,000, yeah, to now the jump is to 400 and something thousand initially.
Just like that.
Yeah, just like that. No, but looking at it, I feel the federal government can actually take on the task. If we have a government that is not wasteful, if we have a government that is considerate, they can actually take on the task. But we all know that the federal government, the Nigerian government have a lot of hitches. So with the fact that there are a lot of hitches there, we know that there's this embezzlement and lack of interest to what the public.
Yeah, because I saw something about the whole. They said they wanted to collect 494,000 or something.
Yes.
And I saw that the federal government or Mr. President said something about if they give them the money that it will cause a whole lot of hiccup in the economy and all of that.
Yeah.
But is it possible for them to actually give that 494,000?
I don't think. I don't think it's possible because first of all, from 400 and something thousand, is it possible to achieve that with let's say with everything Nigeria has? It is possible to achieve that, but in this current situation, I don't think it's possible because if actually they want to do such, it will create downsizing. Because when you're talking about the minimum wage, having that for it also goes down to private sectors. They also have to consider that private sectors have to also step up their game to pay such amount to their own workers.
Yeah,
and which is very, very I know.
Unrealistic.
Unrealistic. Small business owner have to be paying this.
So which is very unrealistic.
When is everyone making 400?
Well, now which is very unrealistic. So it is. That's why I think the president was saying something like if they go on with that, it would cause massive loss of job.
Yeah.
And to an extent, it's true.
Yeah.
Because there will be downsizing just to be able to meet up with the payment of people's salary, and you render people jobless. So although they are no longer fighting for that 494,000, they reduced it. I think they reduced it to 200 and something.
250.
Now I think they are saying 100 and something or so. So the prices have just been wavering from this to this.
So they've still not come to a conclusion.
Yeah, they've not come to a conclusion. So possibly there might be one strike somewhere hiding that will just pop out one day.
Sure.
So they've still not come to a conclusion for that.
That's beautiful. But I mean, the 30,000 that they're even currently giving them is actually small. Because I saw a news about one of the the security, and he was like 30,000 cannot even buy a bag of rice. And yeah, that is what they're paying.
Get half. Honestly, you don't have to go far to get a bag of rice. You can't even get half.
I can have a bag of rice now.
You can.
So actually, the current minimum wage is very, very little. Extremely little.
Yes.
In fact, it's not sincere. So that amount, if I say copper, you start about.
Yeah.
Copper. We know what's in the feast now. We suffer around now, that kind of thing. So the money is very, very little. So actually, they have to step up their game. And the federal government is proposing 60,000, 62,000 or so.
But isn't the state also?
Then the state is now countering it, saying they can't afford to pay such amount.
But 62 is
60 is actually even small.
Actually, it's still small.
It's even small, but the state's countering that they can't afford to pay that amount is also surprising. And even I'm not even sure the Labour Congress want to even settle for 60-something thousand naira.
Okay, so let's go into the fall of Mr. President.
Dumpty, Satan. No, I don't need to say that.
I didn't hear that. I honestly didn't hear that.
And he went ahead to say that he has to double it as a traditional Nigerian.
I think that was the funny part. It's normal to fall. It's normal to fall. It's normal to slip and fall.
That slip and fall was actually not a normal one. I'm serious. Who falls like that?
It's actually normal to fall. But when he came out to say I'm a Yoruba boy. I'm a Yoruba boy. I double for the democracy. So that was the part that got to double. I was wow. It's who told him to say this? It was actually interesting to hear him back himself up, but it's just normal. We saw Nigerians dragging it. Even Peter Obi, I like the fact that he came into the picture to correct it and say to give his own insight or his own contribution. He said something it's not actually a big thing. People fall. That's it.
Yeah, people fall, but that fall was.
But no, I know the speculations people will be having that Baba don't old, that kind of thing. He's not feeling fine, and so he's sick. Yeah, he's old, but the fall is just. I saw it as a normal fall, but
that's not normal though.
Yeah.
That's
so,
normal.
in case you guys fall down, just say that you guys have been traditional Yoruba, African.
What if they are not Yorubas?
Well, too bad if you're not Yoruba. So let's go into the fact that Auntie Ramota decided to do BBL surgery.
No, did she decide? I don't know.
I think she went ahead. No, I think she went ahead to do it because there are videos showing how with nose marks and lying down on the operation
who
table.
Is she even trying to impress?
Does she even have the body to carry it?
Who is she?
Mona, calm down now. You're even trying to say her beauty is
No, it's not. But then I just feel like it's because so many people are doing the BBL thing, so she decided to try. Cause I don't know who she's impressing by doing a BBL.
So the thing, the issue with that, I saw a news. I think people were saying she went into coma.
Yeah.
But I saw I read somewhere else that she wasn't actually into coma, that kind of thing. So she wanted. Maybe you say we should try to. I mean, if I did look now, maybe we should try and impress me. So it's just normal. It's not normal.
It's not normal.
It's not normal. How would you do BBL?
Why?
People like it that are doing to go. Other girls that are doing it. If I'm not dragging them, it's anti-ramota.
Because I feel like she doesn't even have the body to carry the.
You get. I wish I had safe recovery.
She wants to be sexy anti-ramota.
Oh, sexy.
Let's even talk about the fact that she decided to do it in Ikorodu, one center in. In Ikorodu, one, I didn't realize that Ikorodu are doing Ikorodu people.
Exactly, you guys are getting hot.
It's cheaper.
Oh God, that's why she got into coma.
We're not discouraging the fact that some people want to do BBL. I mean, whatever works for you, right? But
well, I wish her safe recovery though. I'm traumatized, you'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
Okay, so on entertainment news this week, popular singer.
Portable. That's that guy. I like that guy.
Okay, popular singer Portable calls out Zlatan on one of his live streams. Daniel, what do you have to say? You said Portable is your guy.
Yes, my guy.
So what do you have to say about this?
No, you say I don't know. They say when the way you address yourself, I mean, how do you say the way you dress or how people address
Yeah,
so so far, Portable has been putting on some kind of beautiful drama.
After he sang this Tony Montana with Skepta, he's been depressing me.
Not that he has put on some dramas, and I think that was gave Zlatan the reason to say such. That stuff is
don't do that.
Okay, that stuff is actually insulting. Zlatan actually called this guy like.
They didn't call him.
No. Okay, Zlatan called Davido.
Yeah,
I think he wanted to talk to Portable.
Sir. Hey, she normal.
Honestly, I don't think that's him being insultive or anything.
But what was he trying to pass across?
No, that's very insulting.
Why did Zlatan actually call
yes, now maybe he's just trying to look out for him because he has been in so many.
No, he's trying to look out for him.
He was eating now. So what was
he has been in so many
dramas.
Exactly. So he was trying to look out for. That's what I feel. Though.
No, he's trying to look out for Davido, not him. He doesn't want Portable to stain Davido. That was the context. They brought you outside. Don't go and maybe start the
But on his live stream,
don't try that thing, my guy. Don't try that stuff again.
He was really powering on the live stream.
Yeah, Portable was very, very angry. Well, they say, don't worry, one day you ask me for future, you go to beg me for future. That kind of thing.
I
feel bad, but calm down.
Yeah. Portable.
So we'll go into how Nigerians lost the World Cup final qualifier match to Benin. I even heard that, I saw that they didn't even sing the correct national anthem at first. They sang the Arise O Compatriot. See, people are finding it hard to go into this. People are finding it hard, and they ended up. I think it was towards the end of the match, or like middle into the match, that they now realized that it is
the old one.
It's Nigerian we held it. But what do you have to say about this Nigerian song?
I actually feel me, like personally, I've been looking at it like the performance so far in the sports, and so is this World Cup qualifier is very, very poor. I don't know whether under this new coach Finidi, look at how you're looking at me seriously as if you really.
I don't have any idea. I don't want you to. I just want to know.
So I think this coach Finidi is I don't want to say he's not doing well. I just don't know. I don't know. I feel maybe under the previous coach Pesero, they would have done better. I think so. But losing against Benin, now they have to win every match for them to qualify. Yeah, for them to have the chance to qualify, which is almost impossible. We didn't qualify for the last World Cup, so it seems like we're not going to qualify for this one.
Don't know. So, have faith.
Faith in it. See, no talk. Should let's not go qualify for this one.
They'll come for you.
No, Nigerians know now. So we already know.
Okay, so this news I'm about to say now is probably the best thing that's happened to me this week.
To you this week?
Yes. So Davido and Choma.
Oh, I had Davido fan.
Exactly. So Ian, what do you have to say about them?
Yana, are you jealous?
Yeah, she is probably.
I'm not actually a Davido fan, so I don't want to.
I'm going to send you out of this.
So that you don't come for me.
I'm going to send you out of this.
Happy married life to you guys.
That's all I like the fact that he's bold, he's bold to take that step. Like,
yeah, right. I'm super proud of you.
A lot of celebrities don't even have won't even go that far. But
Exactly.
so it's on the 25th of June. That's what I read on
Y'all are invited.
So y'all are invited to our wedding.
It's bouncer that will chase you on the way.
To our wedding.
Yeah, you guys are invited. I'll be there. If you want to see me, come there. Yeah. So we have come to the end of the segment, and up next, David Oletu will be joining us to discuss the perception surrounding the African child. Stay with us and don't go anywhere.
Welcome back, guys. So sitting with us in weekly roundup with Studiopedia, we have David Oletu. So, Mr. David, how you doing?
I'm fine.
Okay. So, we'd like to know more about you. Tell us what you do, whatever you want to know.
My name is David Oletu. I'm a creative writer and an editor. I'm the founder of Eagle High Media, a non-profit PR and communications firm that aims to build and inspire globally resourceful young leaders. And over the years, we've successfully hosted numerous enlightenment and empowerment programs that have impacted over 8,000 teenagers across Nigeria. And I'm also a storyteller. I have over 20 published stories on both online and print magazine. And what else can I say? But I think that's all for me for now.
Okay, so David, it is very nice to have you with us in the weekly roundup of Studiopedia. You're welcome. So before we dive deep into the topic, can you tell us what significance does the International Day of the African Child have, and why is it important to commemorate this day?
Alright, the International Day for the African Child, it's a day specifically meant to celebrate the African child and also to reflect on the struggle of the African child, the challenges they face, and also to think deeply on ways we can address these issues. It's so sad that many people don't know the significance of this day. Do they even know that a day like this exists?
No,
many of them don't know that a day like this exists, not to talk of the significance. So it feels like we should just go around the streets of Africa, carrying placards, International Day to create awareness. The African child, they play a very vital role in shaping the future, of our nation. And when the foundation is faulty, the building can collapse. So it is very, very important we are careful when it comes to dealing with the African child. Yeah, and that's why this day is important.
Okay, and so what's your take on the current child right and protection service? What do you think about it?
Okay, for the current child rights and protection law, well, I feel they are just written. There is no action, no implementation, nothing. So they are just written there. For instance, we have the child right to expression, freedom of expression. That a child has the right to express themselves. But what do we see in our society today? We look down on children. We say, keep quiet.
Yeah, you're just a child. What do you know?
Like, what do you know? What do you know? Keep quiet. But funnily enough, they have a very, very good view. Some of them may be right. So it is very important that parents listen to their children because they may be trying to pass a message across. We also have another law that states about child labor, that a child should not be subjected to doing things that would affect their physical and mental health. But what do we have today? We have so many children roaming around the streets. Okay. This can make them vulnerable to accidents and some abuse. We also have another child law that states that children who are suffering from certain health conditions must be protected. But what do we have today? We see children who are suffering from certain health conditions, congenital adrenal and autism. They are being all this stigma. Some of them, they are insulted. They are being insulted on the street, and this can affect their low self-esteem and mental health. We have so many other laws like that, protection rights, but they are not being implemented. So I think it's time for us to take action. Take action and implement this law better and educate people more about this.
Okay, thank you. That said, what challenges are faced by the African child today?
Okay, challenges. There are two factors that are responsible for the challenges the African child face. We have the parental factor and we have the environmental factor. So many children today, they lack parental care. Some parents just give birth to children, and at the end of the day, they can't cater. They can't cater for them. You get, it's so sad. Whenever I pass by the street of Agege or Oshodi, I'll see so many children begging.
Exactly. That's what my kids will. If they will hold you, like, they'll literally want to go to your house.
You'll be begging, and some of them will even sleep on that bridge. And then I ask myself, who are those responsible for these children? What if these children grow up one day and resort to crimes? What do we see? What if the girl child, what if they are sexually abused and they give birth to more children? We now have more children piling up.
Family, like
children that they can't cater for, and this is causing a lot of issue. And speaking on environmental factors, so many children, they grow up in a toxic environment. Imagine that child who grew up in a home where the parents are fighting. This thing has a way of affecting their mental health, their psychology, their view of life. For instance, the girl child may be scared of men.
It might not even have to be fighting every time. It could be cheating.
Cheating.
Exactly.
Cheating. So they will be scared. They will have this negative view of marriage.
Why we only looking at the female perspective?
They
also the guys.
The guys too. They will look at violence. There will be this sort of violence in their mind that they have to treat female anyhow based on how their father
treated their
mother. And
so it's a norm. So I
they think that's a normal thing. Exactly.
It's a normal, and they feel like it's a normal thing. And we also have this environment whereby people are into drugs. So this has a long way of affecting their view of how do I put it? their view of engaging in this kind of things can influence them negatively. Thereby making them think that smoking is normal, drinking alcohol is normal, doing all sort of things is normal. And do you know that there is something we call second-hand smoking? These are things that we don't know about. Let's say I'm smoking beside a child now. I'm smoking beside a child. You know that the child is automatically smoking too. You may know how to, but it's automatically smoking. Once it's inhaling those smoke, it may affect his internal organs. So these are the things we should be careful of, the kind of environment and the parents too.
Talking about this child rights and protection, I recently watched a video about this woman where she was beating her child outside with scars, and then this girl was still bathing outside, and then this man came out and was doing a video about it.
Yes, look at this girl's body. You have brutalized her. Yes. Look at all her body. Yes. Fully brutalized.
Okay.
What kind of rubbish is this?
What kind of rubbish is that?
How can you treat a human being? Look at I cannot dehumanize my own children. I can't dehumanize my own children. What is this? Look at her face. Look at all her back.
Okay.
Look at her leg.
Look at her leg. Look at all her back.
What kind of rubbish is this?
Look at all her back. Continue.
If you are the one who gave birth to her, will you treat her like this?
It's you that gave birth to her for me now.
This is not your daughter.
It's you that gave birth to her.
You are a wicked woman.
You are a wicked man too. You are an heartless man.
You don't know God.
You don't have mind. You don't have conscience.
Ẹlẹ́dọ̀mọ yìí ajẹniya.
Ajẹ iná ya. Ajẹ ìwọ náà ya.
This will get to Lagos State government.
If you don't do it, you're a bastard.
You will see.
Okay.
See all her body.
Okay.
Injury.
Okay.
Beaten like an animal.
Okay.
Look at all her body.
Okay.
And you are forcing her to bath outside.
Yeah.
One no jail. You will go to jail for this. You will see. You will go to jail for this. Look at this girl's body. Ẹ wo bó ṣe nà ó. Ó wá tú sí hóhó. God will shame you in public for doing this to this girl.
You will be shamed. You will be shamed. You are an heartless man. You know everything. I showed you everything right from start.
Like, why do we tend to have parents that do this thing? I feel like even they too, even the parents that are going through this, even these parents that are doing these things are also victims of this.
Probably, because you won't just wake up and want to treat your child that way.
It's sad. I feel like this is so.
It's really sad. No, it's really sad. Let's just be very honest. It's really sad.
And it's so underrated. Like like you said, we are not creating enough awareness for this.
I think we have to do like a walk around the country.
International Day of the African Child.
To create more awareness. So what do you think, David Oletu, Do African parents go overboard when they have to discipline their children?
That case.
But let me just go first. Yes, they do. Like, honestly, they do.
You know, they actually go overboard. You know, one thing about African parents, they feel that the best way to discipline your children is to
beat.
Yeah.
Oh,
you know, violence, so that this child will be scared. And I ask myself, why do you have to instill fear on this child to correct him? You know, it's not really cool. You know, whenever we are doing something as parents, we should always think of tomorrow. You know, these children, they will grow up one day to become adults. And are you aware that some kids, they don't forget things
at all? Yeah.
They remember
That's
the
where
things.
trauma
They remember
comes.
the
Yeah.
things we did, and it will affect their mental health. It will put fear in them. I have a story to share. You know, when I was a child, I didn't know anything. I was like a dullard. Olodo, you know this Olodo rapper in school then. And my teachers always flog me. Read your book. But then I'm still not improving. Whenever I'm going to school, there's this fear that
I'm going again
another day my classmate will be insulting me that I am Olodo teacher. Even if it got to a stage that my teachers, they were tired of me. See, they feel like I would have been a secondary school dropout, a primary school dropout.
Instead of them to find
a way, they were tired of me. But do you know what happened? There was a day that I discovered that I could actually become the best, and that was when they engaged me in a particular activity in school. You know, they called us to come and speak on the pep talk. So they called me. Let's invite David Oletu on stage.
Everybody expected less.
They expected less. I mean, I was already prepared. Yes. Olodo, guys.
Do you get?
Olodo, how to say? So that day, I spoke, and for the first time in my life, I received
A round
of applause. In fact, the principal came up to commend me. They said, "Wow, this is beautiful." And from that day, I started to have a positive mentality of myself. So you see, it was not even those skin.
Exactly. I don't feel like it's you.
It was not even those skin.
Can't change anything.
You know the Bible says that we should spare the
child.
Spare the road. What? Let's think about these things. It actually affects their mental health, their psychology. It puts fear in them. Imagine if God, you know, we see God as our Father. Yeah. Imagine that He's always flogging us for each sin we commit. How would you feel? Some of you may feel depressed that why am I even living?
Yeah.
The high rates of suicide actually.
High rates of suicide. You get so link this scenario to the normal African child. Parents flogging them every day.
Every little thing.
So I feel there are ways we can actually correct these things. You know, aside flogging them, violence and the rest. I feel there are ways we can do better in Africa.
We can, honest Africans, you guys can do better.
We.
Okay, yeah.
So do you think African parents love as much as they discipline?
Well, do they love as much as they discipline? Well, I won't love to generalize. I feel they feel that the way they can show love to their children is by discipline. But because at the end of the day, they will say it's because I love you. That's why I'm doing all this thing. What do you term that as love?
No, it's not. No.
Do you term that as love? Well, I would say to them, they really love their children, but
that's the way they know how to love, right?
To them, they really love. They feel that they love their children, but they can. Well, I just feel they need to be educated on ways they can
show love
better to their children. Show love and care better to their children. Just education, awareness. That's all. Just a word to African parents. Remember, children will grow to become adults tomorrow. And you as a parent, you will grow to become old tomorrow. So whenever you are treating your children, treat them right. Remember tomorrow, because they too, they will be the one to help you tomorrow. And they are the responsibility of the society. If the children are bad, it will affect society as a whole.
Okay, finally we've come to the end of an amazing discussion and conversation with David Oletu. I'm sure you viewers have learned something important today. I mean, take action and also treat your children with so much care and love. And if you don't know how to love, well,
come and teach me. Come and meet me rather. I'll teach you how to love. Like, I'm so much loved at home.
Yeah. But would also like to hear your opinions on what we've discussed today. So please don't forget to leave your comments in the comment section. Also, like, share.
Hit that notification. If you can even hit it, like it, just that.
So you don't miss out on our next episodes with the weekly roundup. Anyways, we love you guys. See you guys next week.
Yeah, it's the weekend, guys. Don't forget to do something fun. Bye.
We love you guys. Bye.